Hey traders, Akil Stokes here, head currency trader with TradingPower.com, and welcome to my weekend review video. I apologize for my voice. I still haven't overcome that cold yet, but I'm working on it. But thank you anyway for joining me and putting up with, well, probably not the best audio. If this is your first time joining me, first time watching one of my videos, do me a favor. If you like what you see, just look right under the video. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you're linked up with me each and every week as I produce this video. Now, today was a special day. It was Jobs Friday, Non-Farms Friday. And what that means this year, we did this a little bit last year too, but what that means is that I decided to invite the members of our syndicate program into the live room with me. Typically, we don't see a lot of trading on this day as the markets go wild and crazy. So I like having a nice, relaxed Q&A session, or as I put it this morning, I like to just hang out. And really, to start off today's session, we had a great analysis of a few pairs. One in particular was the pound dollar. And really the focus of the conversation we had, and I'll share the video with you in a little bit, but the focus of the conversation we had was really keep it simple. And I shared a very simple technique, a very simple strategy to basically enter the market. And it's what you got to understand. You don't need 1,000,001 tools. You don't need 1,000,001 indicators. Sometimes the best strategy out there is to keep it simple, use a few things, and just use them very well. So sit back, relax. Here's a recording from this morning's live room video, and I'll see you guys when it's done. Jason just brought up in the syndicate he got short pound dollar at what? 151.37. This is actually a technique. Again, I don't know exactly why Jason got short, but I can assume just by the skill of technical analysis. This was a technique I was talking to with Cody last night, one of our 12-week transformation members in our 12-week transformation chat. For you guys that are in the training course, take advantage of that chat. There's only a handful of people that post in there. Take advantage of it. We have some pretty good conversations and some educational moments. But if you remember, Cody, last night we were talking about what? The euro dollar, right? And I drew kind of a Fibonacci matrix on there. Same thing here. What we're looking at is we're looking at this lower low, lower close. So we're expecting the market to go down. We know new structure low, lower close. And sometimes before we go down, we actually do break structure to the down or to the upside. Although we're still in a bearish trend. I know it sounds weird. It goes against everything I've taught you, but it happens. But what you play for, this is what Jason is most likely looking for. What you play for is an overextension. So there's a few things I want to do here. You guys can probably, for you guys that have been with me for a while, you can probably guess. Somebody type in, how would I go about, how would Akil, if you were Akil, how would you go about analyzing this pair? There's actually going to be a fourth thing here as well. But what would you put in here? Again, I use the same thing every time, guys. Exactly. ABCD pattern and some fibs. It's really not that difficult. Let's take a swing low to swing high right here. If I draw an ABCD pattern, right, look for a harmonic move. Bang, that's one. It's no different from going through your CTS system. Look for a harmonic move. That's one. Next, Fibonacci extension from that A leg to that B leg, right? I'll actually go ahead and write this on for you guys. A, B, C, and D, right? Fibonacci extension, A leg to B leg. Yep, he's so good. My voice is still not the best, so I can't do it. But next thing, Fibonacci inversion. Let's take a Fibonacci extension tool. Let's go from our inside leg right here, our C leg, back to our B leg. Bring that right back up. And you're going to see we have a nice confluence level right here between the 1618 and the 127. There's a 1414 up here as well, but this is the main level we're looking for. And of course, looking left, we see that we come into a minor structure level as well. And exactly, Mark, you're dead on. Caught my eyes afterwards. We're also going to have a butterfly pattern completion. Now, you guys know I trade butterflies a little differently. But if I take a Fibonacci extension and invert it from my A leg, back to this leg up here, and this would end up being my X if we're looking at a pattern. See how all this comes together? And if you guys are joining me from the syndicate and it's moving kind of fast, I'm sorry. When you're in the live room every day, you get used to this speed. It's usually about a week or two learning curve. So if it's going fast, I apologize. But again, what we do is I typically don't add anything to my analysis. So, you guys see me do the same thing. I use harmonics. I use Fibonacci extensions and retracements, inversions. And once you understand the pattern and how I use them, it's really, you can do it with your eyes closed. It's like driving on a, cruise control, autopilot. You just do it. You just go. So let's actually draw on this butterfly pattern as well. Let's look at X to A to B. We can eyeball that. That's a 786, right? We don't need to draw a fib on there. X to A to B. B to C, and then we're looking for a CD completion inside our zoning. And I like using zones here for my butterfly, trading the extreme. So anywhere in between our 1618 Fibonacci in extension from A to B, and our 127 Fibonacci inversion from X to A. Cody says that's a huge CTS. Now, got the question, how do you play stops on butterfly since the X is penetrated? Well, that's the problem I have with butterfly patterns. That's why you rarely, I may trade a handful a year. You rarely see me trade butterfly patterns. But when I do, the butterfly pattern needs to come at structure. So you have a little bit of structure over here. It's not the best structure in the world, but you have a little bit of structure to place stops above right here. Or you can do something like this. You see what we're setting up right now potentially? Right? Is any of you guys seeing this? Yeah. What you can easily do is bang, do something like this. We're in my kill zone. Boom. If then thought process, if we get a retest and we get a double top, RSI divergence, double top sell, and you can base your stops off the same way you would use them for the traded double top formation. Now let me ask you this, right? Seems very, did this seem pretty simple to you guys? And maybe I should be speaking to you guys that have been with me for a while. Again, if you're new, just sit back and take it in. Don't worry about it. But it's really not hard as long as you have a plan. And that's the thing I was preaching a lot when we did our vision week. The issue with a lot of you guys is, especially coming in, and I was the same way, is that we come in and we just want to do everything, right? We see the market and we want to do everything. We want to use moving averages. We want to use Bollinger Bands. We want to use, MACDs and stochastics and CCI. We want to use everything, but we don't use anything. What you want to do is you want to jot down. You want to say, hey, this is what I use. I use fib retracement, fib extension. I can't spell, so pardon me. I'm going to do that. Look at that. Fib extension. I use harmonics. And I use structure. And you could add, let's add RSI to that, right? RSI. So what do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tools. And really we can just say 4 because it's fibs. Fibs, we know how to use fibs different ways. So we have 4 things that we use. These are the only 4 things we need in our trading, right? Is there anything else we need? What you want to do is you want to master and just know how to use them in the most effective way. Trading is simple, guys. Trading is simple. It just takes practice. It just takes dedication. And it just takes really building that RAS. A lot of our 12-week transformation members right now are in the final module, meaning they're in the last 3 to 4 weeks of their training. We're going to add 2 more on, which was confirmed by Darren, by the way. So we are adding 2 weeks on to your guys in the training course. But this is the part right now where you've learned, guys, you've learned everything you need to learn. You've learned, just look at the course guideline. All the technical stuff is done. This is the point where you're working on money management, trading psychology, building that trading plan, building that RAS. So you should be actively going through the markets looking for this stuff. And again, we saw the same thing, same type of situation on the euro dollar. At least last night we did. Let's see what happens now. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Once again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Please realize this. These are free videos that I do. They're a lot different than the training that I provide. And the training is paid for. Why? Because I'm offering a service to you. But understand the point of this video isn't, you're not going to learn how to trade watching these YouTube videos, all right? You're not going to be able to, it's not a signal service either watching these YouTube videos. What I want to provide to you are little nuggets each time that can help you improve your trading and really just give you an idea of what exactly I'm doing day in and day out in these markets. For some of you, you are brand new to this style of trading and you're using these videos to see an example of how structure acts, how Fibonacci's are used, how advanced patterns play a role in the market. Others are very familiar with this style, and well, you're missing that one thing that's stopping you from being successful. And maybe a little psychological hint that I drop in these videos is that one thing that can take you from consistently break-even trader to consistently profitable. So again, each time you watch one of these videos, I would make the goal to find one nugget that stands out and become a little bit better each week that you watch this. Again, Kaizen philosophy of continuous improvement. So that's it for this week, gang. I will see you 12-week transformation members. I will see you Monday for our live training. The rest of you guys, I will see you Tuesday in the live room. And of course, syndicate members, whenever something pops up on my radar, I will shoot you guys a video or put the information through the trade floor. Until next time, guys, plan your trade your plan. Have a great weekend. Go Cowboys. 1, 2, 3, 4.